Hello, Virgo. Welcome back. It's Anna. And, okay, so this reading got a little chaotic. I sat down expecting one clear message, and instead, multiple energies just showed up, like a whole crowd of people orbiting around you right now. And here's the thing, someone younger than you, and I mean noticeably younger, they are so into you, like ridiculously into you in a way that might actually surprise you when you realize who it is. Um, but they're not alone. There are other people here too, and we need to talk about all of it. So let's dive in. Let's pause for a moment because this feels important. First, let's talk about this younger person. And when I say younger, it's possible this is someone who's maybe a few years younger, or maybe significantly younger, depending on where you are in life. But there's a clear age gap that you've probably noticed. You may have encountered this person recently, or maybe they've been around for a while, but something shifted. Something in the way they look at you, the way they find reasons to be near you, the way they light up when you walk into a room. It can feel almost transparent, like they're not even trying to hide it. Some people experience this as flattering. Some find it amusing, and some feel a little uncomfortable because maybe you haven't thought of them that way, or maybe you have, and that's creating its own kind of tension. Hold on. Let me slow down for a second. I feel like there's a specific moment you can probably recall where this person said something or did something and you thought, wait, are they flirting with me? Maybe it was a compliment that felt a little too intentional. Maybe it was the way they laughed at something you said that wasn't even that funny. Maybe it was a text that came late at night with some excuse attached to it. That moment, you weren't imagining it. They are interested, and it's possible they've been building up the courage to make it more obvious. Or they're waiting to see if you'll give them any sign that you're open to it. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Because this younger person, they're not the only ones showing up here. There are actually multiple people who have some kind of interest or attention on you right now. And I'm not sure why, but it feels like you've been putting out this energy lately, this confidence or presence that's drawing people in. It's possible you've been working on yourself, focusing on your own growth, minding your business. And ironically, that's exactly when people start noticing you more. When you stop seeking validation, when you stop chasing, suddenly you become magnetic. Let's sit with this for a moment because there's another layer here. So who else showed up? It's possible there's someone from your past, someone you used to know, maybe an ex or someone you had a situationship with, and they've been thinking about you. You might notice them watching your social media, liking old posts, showing up in your suggestions, or maybe even reaching out with some random excuse. Some people experience this as breadcrumbing, where someone from the past suddenly remembers you exist. Usually right when you've moved on emotionally. It's like they have a sixth sense for when you're no longer thinking about them. And that's when they try to slide back in. And then There might be someone at work or in your daily routine, someone you interact with regularly but haven't really thought of romantically. It's possible they've been paying closer attention to you than you realize, noticing small things, finding reasons to talk to you, asking subtle questions to learn more about your life. You may notice this as a shift in their behavior, where conversations feel a little longer, a little more personal, where they remember details you mentioned weeks ago. That's not accidental. Um, I'm not sure why, but this feels important. With all these people showing interest, the question isn't really who likes me. The real question is, who do you actually want? Because it's easy to get caught up in the attention, to feel flattered by multiple people being into you, but not all attention is created equal. And not everyone who's interested is actually right for you. This reflection invites you to consider, what are you actually looking for right now? Are you wanting something serious? Or are you just enjoying the validation? Are you genuinely curious about any of these people? Or are you just filling time? Let's come back to this younger person for a moment, because there's something specific here. It's possible part of what makes them so into you is that you represent something they admire. Maybe maturity, maybe stability, maybe a kind of confidence they're still developing in themselves. Some people experience this dynamic as exciting, that fresh enthusiasm, that unguarded interest. But it can also feel like a lot of pressure, because younger doesn't always mean less serious. And if you're not on the same page about what you want, things can get complicated quickly. You might be sitting at your desk or scrolling through your phone, and suddenly you're replaying interactions with this person, analyzing their words, wondering if you should acknowledge what's happening or just let it pass. That hesitation you're feeling, it's worth paying attention to. Here's what I'm sensing, and take what resonates. If you're feeling uncertain about this younger person or about any of the attention you're receiving, that uncertainty is information. It might mean you're not ready. It might mean they're not the right fit. It might mean you need more time to process where you are emotionally before letting anyone new in. And all of that is completely valid. You don't owe anyone your interest just because they're interested in you. You don't have to reciprocate attention just to be polite. You get to be select, discerning, intentional about who you give your energy to. Now, let me ask you something. And you don't have to answer out loud. Just notice what comes up. Is there someone in this crowd of people, someone among all this attention, that actually excites you? Not in a this would be fun way, but in a this could actually be something real way. Because if there is, that's worth exploring, even if it feels unexpected or unconventional. But if there isn't, if all of this attention feels more overwhelming than exciting, then maybe what you need right now isn't a new connection. Maybe you need space, time to yourself, permission to not be available to anyone for a while. Let's talk about what might happen next. And remember, these are possibilities, not certainties. You remain in control of your choices. It's possible this younger person will make a more direct move soon. Maybe they'll ask you out or confess their feelings or create a situation where you have to acknowledge what's happening between you. And when that moment comes, you get to decide how you respond. You can be honest, kind, and clear about where you stand, whether that's reciprocating their interest or gently establishing boundaries. Either way, you don't have to rush into anything, and you don't have to feel guilty for taking your time to figure out what you want. It's also possible that one of these other people, the past person or the routine person, will make their presence more obvious too. You might find yourself in this interesting position where you suddenly have options where people are showing up and expressing interest, and you have to navigate that consciously. Some people experience this as empowering, finally feeling desired after a period of being overlooked. Others find it stressful, not wanting to hurt anyone or make the wrong choice. Just know that whatever you're feeling about it is okay. I want to ask you something, and I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Have you ever had someone younger than you express interest? How did you handle it? Did you give it a chance? Or did you shut it down immediately? And looking back, do you think age gaps matter? Or is it more about maturity and connection? Drop your experience below. I'm really curious to hear different perspectives on this. Here's another question for you. When multiple people are interested in you at the same time, how do you decide who's worth your energy? Do you go with who pursues you the hardest, or who feels the most natural, or who challenges you the most? Let me know in the comments, because I think we all navigate this differently. As we move toward the close of this reflection, I want to bring your attention back to something important. All of this attention you're receiving, it's not random. You've been cultivating something within yourself, whether you realize it or not. Maybe it's confidence. Maybe it's self-sufficiency. Maybe it's just finally being comfortable in your own skin. And people are drawn to that. You're not the same person you were 6 months ago, or even 6 weeks ago. There's been a shift, and this influx of interest is reflecting that shift back to you. So here's my invitation to you. And again, take what resonates. Don't let the attention distract you from the inner work you've been doing. Don't rush into something just because it's available or because you feel like you should capitalize on the moment. Stay grounded in what you actually want. Stay connected to your own needs and boundaries. If this younger person is genuinely interesting to you, explore that with curiosity, but without pressure. If someone from your past is circling back, ask yourself if they've actually changed or if they're just bored. You might feel tempted to say yes to attention simply because it feels good to be wanted, and that's human. But I have a feeling you're past the point of settling for surface level validation. You want something real now, and you're willing to wait for it. Before we close, one more thing I want to ask. What's the biggest misconception people have about age gaps in relationships? Do you think they can work Or are there certain gaps that are just too big to bridge? Share your honest thoughts below. I think this is such an interesting conversation, and there's no one right answer. And also, what quality matters most to you in a partner right now? Is it emotional maturity, ambition, communication, chemistry? Let me know, because clarifying what we value helps us recognize it when it shows up. As you move forward from here, I want you to remember something. Being wanted by multiple people doesn't mean you have to choose any of them. You can appreciate the attention, enjoy the validation, and still decide that none of these options are quite right for you. And you're in a position of power right now. People are noticing you, gravitating toward you, trying to get closer to you. And that's because you've become someone worth noticing. Don't downplay that. Don't brush it off as luck or timing. You did this. You worked on yourself. You raised your standards. You stopped accepting less than you deserve. And now people are responding to that energy. You're more magnetic than you realize, more deserving of genuine interest than you've been allowing yourself to believe, and more capable of choosing what's right for you than you sometimes give yourself credit for. And I hope this reflection reminded you of that. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't, and trust your inner knowing. You know who's worth your time. Thank you for being here, for trusting this space, and for doing the inner work that brought you to this message. I'll see you in the next one. Take care of yourself.